Hey guys, Noble here. I'm about to show you guys how to make two sick backgrounds for your signatures. First one I'm going to show you guys how to make is just a simple brush and filter and a fractal. And as you see, you get a pretty sick result. And the second one is just by simply taking a render, any render, and stretching it out, adding a few filters, and you get something like this. So let's start out with the simple brush. Now I'm going to be using abstract grunge brushes. I have a download link on DefiantArt. You can go on there, find any brushes, but simply we're going to want to cover this white sheet up with, use black, because we want white and black with what we're going to do later on in the tutorial. Go through, just get a little pattern going. It will help in the long run. Make sure you cover up these white edges, you know what I'm saying? You want to get all of that. And you want to have a lot of dark spots because it will come out to look a lot cooler. Let's get this last one, show it a little love, you know what I'm saying? It's not really dark. There we go. I mean, this is alright. So once you got some kind of little pattern going on, this is terrible because I'm just trying to do it real quick, but you want to go to your image adjustments, go up to your color balance, play around with these depending on the color of your render. I mean, that's ugly as fuck. Let's do turquoise. How about that, YouTube? Ooh, that's not turquoise. That's like an ugly. There we go. Alright, so select something similar to your render. Then we're going to want to get a fractal. You can get that DefiantArt, just Google it, find them anywhere on the web. I'm just going to use one I have here. Sick fractal. It must be sick, guys. Let's get it. You're going to want to stretch this bad boy out to about, I'd say 2 times your canvas size. So about right here. Sharpen that, I'd say, just for a cooler effect. There we go. Kind of center it. It looks like ass right now, but I guarantee it's gonna look pretty cool in a couple seconds. Come over to your blending options, and instead of simply what you do to fractals, linear and screen, I'll play around with these ones, see what you get. I know hard mix would give you something, well, not with that color, but just play around with it and see what you get. In this case, I'm probably going to go with divide. You're not going to want to touch any of these bottom ones. Definitely not going to want to touch dissolve. It's going to be all pixelated like that. You don't want that. So let's hit divide. Turn down your opacity a little bit. That's a little bright. I'd say 85%. No. I'm saying 70. Yeah. And there you go. You got a sick background. Put on with a blue render or black render, anything you really want. So let's move over to the second tutorial, which would be your render. So find a render that's, let's say, colorful. I don't have a lot of renders in here. We'll use Crisis. Alright, so what you want to do is you're going to want to stretch it out and kind of focus on, let's say, this red right here on his back. Try to center that up. I don't know why it's being all weird. You're going to want to stay away from this gray because it's going to look ugly once you put a filter on it. Got some red in the corner, red in the middle. That should be fine. Alright, so once you're done with that, I mean, depending on your render, you'd want to sharpen it, but considering that this has like a carbon fire, you'd probably not want to sharpen this or it'd get blurry. So you want to go in, distort. Most people go with ocean ripple. Now there's a couple choices you could do here. It really depends on your render and the textures in it. If you do ocean ripple, you want to play around with the settings a little. I think that's ugly. Go up to artistic, play around a little. You really just want to check them all out, but you want to make sure that it doesn't just look like your render. You want to make sure it looks just a little different. So you sit here and it looks like you got a nice background, and that's how you make a background. Subscribe for future Photoshop tutorials.